There's a recycling can on the side of the truck. Towed in last week.
Why didn't we use the Durango? Oh my god. Hey,
Got to make his money back one way or another.
Hey, does anybody here accept BBT?
There's a visa in there.
That's a prepaid.
Okay, cool.
The visa is. I still have money on it.
Laundry card.
Play water though. Solid triple. Do we need a victim? What?
Do we need a victim?
I don't know CPR.
I know foot to ass resuscitation. My foot to your ass.
Whoa, whoa, that's not my birthday.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of cool.
I know your laser pointer might not work out here, but the staff might.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get everybody over here and look at this thing.
Alright, just a little shit on the skin. As you can see.
If you haven't seen what the front-wheel drive axle boots look like, you can see them now when the car's upside down. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
They're located right above that lower control arm, so when you hook your J-hooks on there, that's why it's easy to hook the axle boot.
See, that one's already torn too.
That's so good though. Put duct tape on it.
Put duct tape on it.
Would it just be easier just to try to pull from these one of those?
Oh no, I don't use that part.
To pull it up onto the car carrier?
Yeah.
Good.
Oil pan works good too.
That's pretty strong
The
right
bumper
there.
might be too low. Just wrap the cover chain around it.
You can do that too.
What about the muffler?
So if you can really get underneath there, get your ass back here.
Might be able to get in right here away from it.
Yeah.
And then you can see, right here, you can see this is a unibody car. So this from where this is attached back, there's no frame. Yeah, this is kind of a half a frame. Half a unibody, yeah, subframe. Back in the 80s when the CHP came out with the Dodge Diplomat, it was like this. It had a subframe in the front, so from the bumper to about the middle of the car, it had a frame. But from the middle of the car back, it was a unibody. And when you picked it up from the rear, because it was rear-wheel drive, it would bend the body on it because it had no support from the middle of the car back. Most of your cars now don't even have this subframe anymore. They're all just one unitized body. And you can see these holes in here that look like T-hook holes.
Yeah, these are not it.
Yeah.
So can you hook? You can do it from here.
Yeah, that one.
That's reinforced.
Yeah, it's reinforced.
Yeah, that's a little more reinforced. But look at the one in the back over there. You see how that lip curved,
Yeah, right here?
curved lip? That's a stronger. That's even better. Yeah, these here are a little bit iffy right here because they're in the. Yeah, so you really want to look for the double reinforced.
Hey, you guys messed up my brake lines flipping this thing.
Yeah, this guy's full.
Okay, now a couple of things.
The company will pay for it. Don't worry about it.
A couple things about doing rollovers that you got to think about. And if you don't think about it ahead of time, when you go out to do a rollover and you're under pressure, you're going to make some of the mistakes that other drivers have already made. One of them is, do you think the car's a total when it rolled over?
It's highly possible.
Maybe, maybe not. But so is it okay we can cause additional damage?
Of course.
Now,
We
should
can
try
avoid
to
it.
Avoid additional damage whenever possible. Don't risk your life to try and avoid additional damage. But little simple things like, for example, we had a guy go out to tow this roll over this Mustang. This kid has this '65 Mustang that his grandfather gave him. He rolls it from the wheels to its roof. The tow company goes out and rolls it over the other side of the car. So one side of the car was damaged from the rollover, the other side got damaged from the tow truck driver rolling it over the other side.
Sweet.
So he could have rolled it over the same side that was already damaged, but he went out with the attitude it didn't matter, it's a total anyways, except this car, his grandfather gave it to him, so he wants the car. So the tow company ends up paying for some of the repairs because they didn't take reasonable precaution to avoid additional damage. A reasonable precaution would have been roll it over the side that's already damaged. So when you go out there, if you can, roll it over the side that's already damaged so you don't do additional damage to the opposite side. If you're on a hill, you're going to roll uphill or downhill?
Up.
Yeah, you want to try and roll uphill whenever possible. We're a little bit downhill right here. This is not enough to cause a problem, but if you were on a steeper incline, you would want to try and roll uphill. What happens if you try to roll downhill?
It may not roll. It may just start sliding.
It may cause it to roll again, especially if it's a high center of gravity vehicle. It might roll over again. So we want to try and roll uphill whenever possible. When they rolled it over, do you think the customer put it in park to put the brake on for you?
Hell no.
No, of course not. It's going to be in neutral or in gear. It's going to be the brake is off. So when it lands on its wheels, there's a possibility it might roll away. If you go on YouTube, you can see lots of incidents of this happening to tow truck drivers.
The big rig truck?
Yeah, there's one big rig video that you see the camera is coming from behind the tractor trailer and everything's going good. You got these two fire department guys standing in front of the camera. You see the tractor trailer land on its wheels, everything's still good. And all of a sudden the tractor trailer starts rolling backwards and you see the two fire department people go running out of the way. And then you watch as the tractor trailer keeps coming. And of course the big rig they're uprighted and is still hooked to it. So when the tractor trailer gets far enough away, it pulls sideways on the boom and rolls the big rig on its side. Oh. Yeah, that's a bad day to have to call the boss and tell him you rolled the truck on the side.
Pretty sure he got fired.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call the boss. There, the keys are in the truck.
He probably just left the scene.
Yeah. Just left the truck there like, I'm good.
Yeah, he called the wife and said, yeah, come get me, honey. I don't work here anymore.
Yeah. I just lost my job.
There's another one of a guy up in Northern California. He's got a yellow truck, so we know he's up in Northern California. And he's blocking the roadway, and when he starts to roll it, the vehicle he's rolling is in line with traffic. But when he starts to roll it, instead of rolling, it pivots a little bit. So now the front end of it is facing across the roadway. When it lands on its wheel, the roadway is angled across the other way. So when it hits the ground, it just rolls across the roadway and down the embankment. So he had a rollover, now he's got a recovery job. The highway patrol, it doesn't show it in the video, but there's another video that shows the highway patrol's got the road blocked because he's blocking the roadway. And then of course the highway patrol now has to keep the roadway blocked so he can recover the car from
Like, what the hell?
He's still hooked to it, right?
No, it came disconnected.
We got lucky on that one. Would have taken his truck with him.
That's right. If it would have been connected, it could have taken it with it.
I've seen the video that they got a truck trailer out and the whole started sliding and went down to the post.
Right. If you watch that Highway Through Hell, that's one of the things they do when trucks get stuck and they can't make it up a grade because of the black ice or snow or whatever. They'll hook a chain to it and they'll pull them up to the top of the hill with their snow chains. That's what this guy was doing, trying to pull this guy who couldn't get traction. But the truck that he was pulling started to veer to the shoulder, and when it got to the side, it started to roll over the embankment, and he was still hooked up to it. So when it starts to roll over, it pitched his truck a little bit sideways, and he had enough presence of mind to jump out of his truck. So he jumps out of his truck, the tractor trailer goes down the embankment, takes the tow truck with it. So you gotta be careful when you're doing this kind of stuff.
Remember to be ready to jump.
Is the tow truck okay though?
Yes. No, it went down the embankment, so I'm sure it's not okay.
Went about 100 feet down.
Well, yeah, that's when you're doing scary things, you have the door open with no seatbelt.
Driving over ice.
Okay, so the three different rollovers that we have in the book that we're going to do out here, one of them is called the standard roll. We roll it towards the truck. Usually this is the one we're going to want to try because we're going to try and roll over the side that's damaged already, and we're going to put our chains on the bottom of the car here, so we're not going to probably cause any additional damage with our chains. So this is why we're going to try that type of roll first. That doesn't always work, and sometimes you don't have enough space to be able to get this much room between your truck and the car. So there's other rolls that we can use for those. But if you've got the room, we're going to go ahead and do it this way. Now, if we're in traffic, do we want our cable to go across traffic lanes?
No.
No. We would instead pivot the car so that we can line in traffic and have our cable go with the traffic.
Or we're stopping traffic, one of the two. We're not having traffic going.
Traffic stop, because if you have traffic stopped and you're doing this and you've got your cable across the roadway, one of the problems you're going to have is these guys on motorcycles don't know why the traffic stopped. They're going to cut down in between the cars still. And if there's nothing that's stopping them from going, you're just going to...
Yes.
And you can see this on YouTube also. There's a video on YouTube of a tow truck driver who puts his cable across the roadway. Motorcyclist hits it, takes him off the bike, and kills him. He's at a T intersection like this, and there's a vehicle down the embankment. So he parks over here and puts his cable across the roadway. The guy coming down the roadway this way, he hits the cable, takes him off his bike, and then you can see the tow truck driver in the video get his cone and put it in the middle of the roadway. After the fact.
After the guy hit it, yeah.
I guess he didn't realize it was being videotaped, that wasn't going to help him. So don't put your cable across the roadway, because you may have a motorcyclist who doesn't know why traffic is stopped and comes through and still hits it. Okay, so let's go ahead and free spool one of the winches and grab our recovery chain. How much weight do you think we got to pull to get this thing to roll over?
Half the car light.
Yep. No more than half the weight. When you start to pull, you're going to get about half the cable weight. When it starts to get on its side,
that one, yeah. Those are a little more fun than the regular cables are.
don't put it someplace where it's going to get caught. it's going to be hard to get it out.
Driver, that's actually a nice brand.
Now you might have two different types of chains. This particular one is a two-legged bridle. So it's still 20 feet. It's two 10-foot lengths hooked to the hook, or maybe sometimes you have a ring in the middle instead.
Huh?
And then you have some that are just 20 foot.
You're not using that on this?
When you're doing a rollover, it doesn't really matter which one you use, but when you're doing a recovery job and you go down an embankment, it's better to use one that's got a two
sliding
like that.
It's got that link in the middle.
If you go down an embankment, you're 100 feet down
It's a
an
V
embankment,
chain.
and you hook up your chains to it. You hook one side of the chain
Sucker
to
over.
one side of the car,
Cable's
you hook
over
part of the
there.
chain to the other side of the car, and then you hook into the ring in the middle, or the hook in the middle, and you start to pull it. If one side disconnects, what's going to happen?
Car's got to swing to the other side.
Because you've got a second leg on the other side, separate bridle. But if you have a straight piece of chain and you hook off both sides and you're just hooked into the middle of the chain, now if one side fails, it's going to feed through the hook and the car's flowing back down the embankment. So if you get it 75 feet up the embankment and the chain comes disconnected, it's going all the way back down, you got to start over and do it again. But with this kind of a recovery chain, or Romeo, disconnected, you still got another chain connected. So you go back down. Rollover doesn't really matter what
Go put it on the door. That's not a recovery chain either.
Oh, they don't know that.
no.
In case you need an extra one.
Okay, we don't recommend that you use your tow chains for rollover recovery. J-hooks shouldn't be used for rollover and recovery. They're designed for towing. Now what I would do is, if you do it like this, now when you go to unhook your chain, you got to reach up under here to get to it. Instead of doing that, just make the loop bigger.
Yeah, you can go bigger with those.
Back to the center.
Yeah, just go right all the way back over to the center. Yeah, that way yeah, you can go all the way to the hook if you want.
Go past the
Pass them
Yeah,
to
that
the
would
You can do that.
And then on the back, go around both of them. Go around what? Both the air control arms? Yeah.
Those are little ones.
What did it have control arms?
Right by the bracket, that one coming up to the car there. Just get it near the bracket. Most of the time it won't bend. It's probably going to bend at least the back one. Yeah, because it's going to pull on it inward. You guys need to slack that thing up some. Yeah, if you can pull this way so it can pull.
Someone's leading me wrong.
Nope, excuse me.
Show me the dick on that one.
All you got to do is downward pull with that one.
When you're using a chain that's got the hook or ring in the middle, you may not be quite centered on the chain when you start to pull. So when you pull on the hook, it might cause the car to pivot because you're pulling more on one side than the other. So if the hook ends up not being in the center, just don't hook to the hook onto the chain instead. We can probably, I don't know if that's not really centered, but
Yeah, you can adjust it to the.
yeah, somebody mentioned the using a 4x4. This is a what they call a rollover stiff leg. It's just a 4-foot 4x4 that's got a point cut at one end and a notch cut on the wood on the other side. This one's pretty worn out. I got to get another one made. But this is what we used to use when we were driving trucks that didn't have hydraulic operated booms. They were mechanically operated booms. And on a mechanical operated boom, to raise and lower the boom, you had to get a hand crank out and crank the boom up and down. Now you guys don't have to do that. All you have to do is hit a hydraulic control and elevate your boom. So you don't really need one of these, because if you have a car that starts to slide, all you have to do is elevate the boom usually. If you elevate the boom, you're going to start to get lift on that side and you can get it to roll. But in the days when we didn't have the ability to hydraulically raise the booms, it was quicker and easier to use one of these rollover stiff legs. So if you put your wire rope onto the recovery chain and you place this block of wood under here, take your cable up through there, now when you do your pull, you're going to push down on this side of the car because the cable comes down this way, and lift on the other side of the car, and it'll cause it to roll instead of slide. So if you're having a vehicle sliding, you could use one of these.
Won't it damage the car right there?
It could. If you put it in the middle of the floor like that, yeah, it will just poke right through the floor.
Yeah.
So you'd want to get it up into the edge, into a crease right here, up into the edge of the frame or someplace like that. to do it with the skid plate? 15. Here, we need to take the rope in a little bit. Okay, of course, now you have to do this by yourself.
Yeah.
That's the part that makes it hard. If you have two people, it works. Put it on that side.
We want to make sure it's not going to roll away, so we're going to put 4x4s out on the sides of the tire so it can't roll away once it's on the field.
Come over here with that one.
Yeah,
Come this way.
We don't want it to roll too far before it hits the wood.
You come in,
Yeah.
go right in front of the wheel.
So
I got that one there.
Sooner.
Let somebody else move the handle to get the feel of it, dude. Give it a break.
Why do you do it that way?
Let's come try it. That winch is going to be this one right here. Just go in with it, and it's going to bring the winch towards you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And stop. You want to stop though, because if you keep pulling what's doing that, then it's going to jack your cable off. That's it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this like 2 more times.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I was gonna put it all back for you.
Yeah, that's all good. You can actually come down to a snatch block too, and then it'll get downward pull while you're doing that block thing.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use the block, sometimes if you come down low with the snatch block, you're pulling down, flipping at the same time, so you're getting it to bite and flip. Let me drop the, bring the lift up.
Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and pull the truck out of the way a little bit, let him roll it over again.
Don't we use the truck for that?
Jerry, all the way over again. Jerry, all the way over again.
That's what I'm saying. Well, he wants to use the forklift.